Good morning. It is with the greatest honor and pride that I welcome you on this beautiful morning to Monument Academy East Campus ribbon cutting ceremony. In the fall of 1996, Monument Academy first opened its doors, bringing to life with bricks and mortar a vision of the people of this community that has been years in the making. 2 years before, representatives believing that our educational system was in need of great healing crossed political aisles to join together in a vision that became reality with the passing of Colorado's Charter School Act, a law that is being challenged today and is in jeopardy of being dismantled. After the passing of the Charter Act, Monument Academy became an authorized school and opened its doors a year later, making Monument Academy a true trailblazer for classical education, charter education, parent partnership, and character formation. The founding vision was to create a school in this community unlike other schools in Colorado, one that would someday become a model for other charter schools to also rise and become established, not only in our own state, but across the nation. Above all, it would be dedicated to impart a character education established in critical thinking, citizenship, and knowledge balanced with ethics through grace, beauty, and truth, rather than a legalistic emphasis on rule-keeping and punitive discipline, seeking to produce students who fully embrace the classical motto, the good, the true, and the beautiful, thus realizing Thomas Jefferson's challenge to become an educated people, not just gain an education for knowledge and in order to have advancement, but rather in seeking knowledge to discover our humanity and to become a better people. Martin Luther King famously voiced these ideas about what an education should entail, and his ideas reflect the heartbeat of classical education that MA has embraced. In a 1947 essay, King wrote that the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. But education which stops with efficiency may prove the greatest menace to society. The most dangerous criminal may be the man gifted with reason, but no morals. How many public schools today have either the courage or the confidence to address the moral development, not indoctrination of their pupils? We strive to be in keeping with King's message, which treated character as paramount. We must remember that intelligence is not enough. He had written intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. The complete education gives one not only power of concentration, but worthy objectives upon which to concentrate. What King dreamed of is the American dream, and one that Monument Academy wholeheartedly endorses. It is one in which we will not be judged by the color of our skin or by our physical disability, but by the content of our character. As King put it in his 1963 speech, and it is with the same idealism and hopefulness for our fellow man and nation that we stand here today in celebration for Monument Academy's next great chapter. Monument Academy was founded as a school that would insist on excellence in all things, rejecting the false assumption that academic rigor, artistic expression, and athletic competitiveness could not coexist with a deep belief and sustenance of character. In this way, Monument Academy has served generations of preschool through 8th grade students, instilling in them an education that has laid a foundation for a lifetime, equipped for pursuit of life, liberty, and justice within every community that our students touch. We now are here to celebrate this realization of Monument Academy's second great endeavor. Like the establishment of Monument Academy a quarter of a century ago, this school build was not without its challenges and reflects the true testimony of the miracle that can arise from a people with a vision. And thus, we stand here today in front of Monument Academy's East Campus, the fulfillment of a dream, with humble hearts and thankful for the provision of this blessing, preparing the way for our students to step through these doors as we welcome the first graduating class of 2024. We can, yes. As we ask students to dedicate themselves and to brand this new campus to the vision and mission that MA was established upon, Monument Academy High School will never represent in large numbers. It will host a specialized program and thrive in spaces created for light and creativity, supporting a variety of disciplines in visual and performing arts, music, art, including ceramics and sculpture, science and engineering, media and graphic design, student learning, mentorship, and leadership training, and with the completion of the second phase culinary arts program. And we are just getting started. By faith and continued work to complete this vision, we will start to modify and finalize our plans for our second phase that will increase the scope of these programs as we excitedly imagine the decades to come and envision the halls of Monument Academy filled with students learning and growing together. And as we see our first graduates into the world who have become leaders in industry, science, education, arts, and humanity, and service to community, who will be transforming the world with wisdom, compassion, truth, and grace. One of the many challenges to arriving to this day are evident here as we gather for this great celebration to dedicate this new school, a school that was built for our children and the generation of students to come. This very gathering, to have the ability to gather at all, requires us to social distance, to place our teachers and faculty in a separated group so that we do not risk exposure at this event that could cause all of our faculty to remain at home for a time, effectively closing our doors before they have had a chance to open. I made the statement in a recent board meeting that we cannot mandate compassion. I ask today that as we and our students look to resume their school days, with which, to quote our illustrious board president, a more sanitized education, that we encourage ourselves and our students to not just look to themselves, not to only resist an inconvenience, but a resistance to a measure that robs us of what is the demonstration of our humanity, our faces, our expressions, our smiles, but to rather look to other means of demonstrating this, of establishing connection, and to embrace that there are those amongst us, those who we would not know by looking at them, who are acting with heroism, who have survived the worst only to find that it came at a cost, that put them at risk, and now those who must cover rather than run towards shots fired, who are compromised in health, who are in high-risk categories, who have children who have compromised health, or who have compromised family members, and they are now secluding themselves from so that they can come teach our students, who willingly assume this risk to follow their calling to teach our next generation of students so that they may stand upon the shoulders of giants. Please also know that we have students who are medically fragile, who are excitedly laying out their first day of school outfits and packing supplies in their backpacks, eager for their first day back amongst classmates. We are a community together. We are like the aspen groves that share a root system, and we are strong together, and if one of us is failing, all of us are touched by it. Through all of this, what we have persevered and accomplished, I have found a community that I am honored and proud to be a part of. A community that through all of this has sung one consistent theme. We are here for each other. We are in this together. We will get through this, and a greater being remains in control. We have been reaffirmed in the importance of connection and relationships throughout this time, And the reality is that what we want to accomplish at Monument Academy is hinged upon relationships. While the pandemic has changed the way these partnerships look, it cannot rob us or deter us from our mission and vision. No matter the challenges involved, Monument Academy will thrive. And I challenge us today not to foster division, but to embrace our shared goal of raising up this generation to be living examples of compassion, strength, and integrity, and to guide students to truth and the pursuit of excellence. This past year, Monument Academy community staff, students, and families have overcome challenges, created new solutions, and supported one another through the unknown. In the face of difficulty, MA's people rose to embody all that MA has stood for these many years by displaying strength and the best part of our humanity, for some at great cost in the midst of adversity. To all who have supported and actively made this school a reality, I thank you. I wish to personally recognize our board of directors, the leadership team, teachers, faculty, and all stakeholders, as well as JHL and CRP, and all who never gave up the vision to get us to the finish line. Monument Academy is not different in its educational program for the sake of appearing different, but because we adhere to traditions and believe that education ought to convey a compassion and comprehension of the good, the true, and the beautiful. We believe that there are forms of authority external to ourselves, that it is foolish to ignore this. We believe that virtues trump values, and that there is comprehensible order in the world, and that reason gets us on the road to success, but not all the way to a life of honor and beauty. We believe that we are obligated to treat one another as lives of great value and worth, worthy of defense, and that our thoughtful and humane participation in the present determines our future. A great community fosters its youth and what they will need to live a worthy life, to define and hone the character, and Monument Academy is the example of a school that is more than its sum of its parts, and the provision of an opportunity to be more than merely a school to attend, but to be a community in which to belong. May our students today and the thousands who will pass this threshold in the future be greatly blessed. May their individual giftings, talents, intelligence be nurtured, and may our students be prepared to courageously step into all the success and prosperity their futures hold. And it is now my great honor to introduce our first speaker, a man who has earned my greatest respect, Lewis Palmer District 38 Superintendent, Dr. Casey Summers.
Thank you, Ms. Herrera. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Before I begin, I do want to start by just acknowledging Ms. Herrera's leadership, that of her team, all of her stakeholders. You are weathering a storm right now that goes so much broader than just building a school building and preparing for the first day of school. But to do all of that in the middle of our pandemic and everything else that we are currently challenged by, you have my ultimate respect as well. So thank you for your courage, your compassion, your character. It's a pleasure to work with you. So I'm going to be succeeded. I've already been preceded by a fabulous speech and several more intelligent people that are going to say some amazing things. So I'll keep my remarks pretty focused and simple at this point. The first thing is, this is so much more than just the building that stands before us today. The little bit that I'm aware of is the blood, the sweat, the tears, the courage, the commitment, the character that went into what we have before us exemplifies what our community, the Lewis Palmer District community, is really all about. So I just congratulate every single one of you that had a hand in this. I know that there were countless hours and everything that went into it that is really a reflection of who you are as the individuals, but more importantly as the team that we function as we're serving our students and now our great next campus that is Monument Academy East Campus. So round of applause for all those individuals. Second thing I want to make mention of, for those of you that keep track of our history in the community, we have another building that lives over on 146 North Jefferson Street that happens to be 100 years old, and we affectionately call it Big Red, but it was the very first consolidated school in a community where its bedrock has been about making sure that we are educating our youth with a focus on preparing them for their future. So to see the juxtaposition of 100 years old, where we've been, to where we stand today, to what we can envision in the next 100 years, I think just bears mentioning. It's really exciting to see how our community comes together in such remarkable ways to really focus on how we're nurturing our students, their talents, and their efforts toward becoming lifelong learners, productive citizens, and caring and contributing members of society. So that's just really special. The last thing is I just want to underscore the value of our partnership. And I think D38 and Monument Academy has a strong tradition of that partnership, but it's one that I want you to all know we are continuing to commit to in some real new and exciting ways. So the fact that we are all here and the fact that we're able to celebrate together, I think just again exemplifies everything that we have to look forward to. Know that on behalf of all of District 38, including our leadership team, our students, our staff, everybody that's working together, we are one team and we are our team, and we look forward to furthering that partnership into many years ahead. And with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Tiffany Upchurch, our school board secretary. Thank you.
Good morning. I think it is no wonder that we're growing when you look at the mountains that are usually there, not covered in smoke, but I think the secret's out about what an amazing community we are. On behalf of the D38 Board of Education, I'd like to congratulate the Monument Academy Board of Education, the administration, faculty and staff, parents, but most of all the students. We celebrate your excitement with you. Our community has watched as this has grown from vision to dirt and hard hats to brick and mortar, and soon students will walk these halls. Partnering together makes our community better, our schools better, and the education of our students better. We all strive to ensure that our children here in the Tri-Lakes area receive the most top-notch education in an environment that best meets their needs and their families' needs, where we are teaching and reaching each child right where they are. We are all here celebrating because we all value opportunity, diversity, choice, and excellence. As attributed to Helen Keller, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. We look forward to partnering with the Monument Academy and continuing to grow together for our kids and for our community as a team. And finally, I'd like to convey a heartfelt congratulations to the Monument Academy's middle school and high school students that will be the first to walk the halls of this new building. Congrats to to Monument Academy's inaugural freshmen, the class of 2024. And congratulations to the wider Monument Academy community, the community of Tri-Lakes, and the community of D38. And with that, it is my honor to welcome Mr. Paul Lundeen, State Senate District 9. He's our senator, and he's also the son of former MA Principal Jane Lundeen.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you for your comments as well. The coronavirus, no doubt, is pernicious and deadly, but you are now confronted with the most dangerous thing in America. That's a politician and an open microphone. So I would like to associate myself with the comments of Christiana Herrera, the COO of the Monument Academy system. Charter schools are so critically important to what we're achieving in Colorado today, and we're about year 23 in a journey that I hope will last for hundreds of years. That is, and it's at this point that I pivot to my 3-hour education policy speech. But they've given me 3 minutes, so I'm simply going to say, it is the parents' right and responsibility to direct the education and upbringing of their children. Thank you for supporting that policy idea. And I would argue that when our policy and when our finance and when our culture in the education complex support that, it creates a society that thrives. And when our finance and when our policies and our culture in the education world challenge that idea that it's a parent's right and responsibility, it creates a society that is in fact at risk of perishing. And that's why Monument Academy and this particular school are so critical to what we have in front of us. Now, let me tell you very quickly in the 90 seconds I have left that I am a multifaceted speaker with regard to Monument Academy. I'm a former parent. One of my children spent a year at Monument Academy. I'm a former member of the State Board of Education and a former chairman of the State Board of Education, where we interacted with policy that supported charters. I am, as you heard, a representative of the people, and so I'm speaking to you in this moment on behalf of the people of Senate District 9 and the people of Colorado, saying congratulations, well done. But in this moment, I'm going to claim a little bit of personal privilege, and I'm going to say for 60 years, I have been under the tutelage of the most powerful educator I've ever known in my life, my mom, Jane Lundeen. Now, there's a library down at the West Campus. Now, I guess you'll be calling it the West Campus, or the First Campus, or the main campus. There's a library down there named after Jane Lundeen. And there's a road out here that's going to be named, or is named, it just doesn't have the street sign up yet, named Jane Lundeen. And Jane Lundeen sent a letter, which I'll hand off here to the leadership of the school. And I just want to reference a couple words that my mother sent to you folks in congratulations. She said, Paul, watch out, it's going to be windy. Make sure my letter doesn't fly away. Hanging on to it, Mom. Congratulations to all the students, administrators, teachers, parents, builders, board members, and community members who persevered to make Monument Academy High School a reality. You can be so proud of your awesome achievement. And she goes on to say, I intentionally congratulated the students first. It's kind of her nature. Monument Academy can be proud with this new high school to carry on in the rich traditions, Jane Lundeen says, of student success, clear and understandable academic goals, and continual and clear communication between students, parents, staff, and administration. And it's this focus that I have experienced in such a personal way on the student that Monument Academy and the leadership of Monument Academy continues to press forward. It is when we honor and support and think about everything we do. I mean, this is a beautiful building, and we should be focused in this moment on the wonder and the majesty of this beautiful building. But we must never lose sight of the fact that at the end of the day, it's about the students and meeting those students, how they arrive at the doors of this school, and supporting them and encouraging them and building a better society, because they are, those students, the future of tomorrow. So thank you and congratulations all for this wonderful building. Thank you for the opportunity to give you my abbreviated 3-hour policy speech. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce the current board president of the Monument Academy system, Melanie Strop. Melanie, come on up here and wow these folks with your insights.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, so my name is Melanie Strop. I am currently the new board president of Monument Academy, and I get to talk about construction. And I grew up around residential construction, so it's just fitting. I got the opportunity to start working with JHL every Wednesday, showing up and doing their meetings. And being around construction all my life, I love construction even so much. I married the most handsomest and bestest builder right there, Darren Strop. So it's just part of our lives. And so I got the opportunity to be a part of this. And where we first started was with the Dunstons. The Dunston family worked hard to help start developing the land. And Matt, I've seen first and foremost his love, not only for the students of MA, but the appreciation to our teachers. And that shows through the dedication he has given throughout this process. Thank you, Matt. And that started with the land. The next is CRP, the architect. And I got the opportunity to meet Brian. Brian, are you out there? Where are you? There he is. Brian has an awesome vision and he has passion to bring the outside in and the inside out in the building. Every inch of it, Brian, says that about you. And every inch shows your passion for architect. And I love that. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. In school building, we get a representative, and our representative, in my opinion, was probably the best. His name's Kirk Carnley, and he represented MA, and you were on our side 110% of the way. And he prides himself on this building because typically, when you're building a school, it's anywhere from $350 to $400 a square foot. We built this at around $260 a square. And that's with budget, and it just, so, Kurt, thank you. JHL, these are the boots in the ground. These are the associates that have done very well for JHL and has made JHL, should make JHL very proud. One of the bestest people close to my heart is Amy. Amy is another woman in construction. She is awesome. She has a brilliant mind for organization, and her policy and procedures that she puts into play are just immense. So thank you for your organization, Amy. The next JHL representative is the superintendent with decades of experience. He brings a confidence to the job site, and that's Greg. And where is he? Where are you, Greg? There you are. Greg has a great confidence. Old school builder. He walks on the job site, doesn't say much, has that John Wayne look. You need to put out that cigarette. You know, it's years and decades of experience, and thank you for sharing that with Monument Academy. Rookie! The rookie John! He's back there. John brought excitement. He is learning, of course, the industry, and he brings an excitement for learning, and you brought that each and every time, John, so thank you. Omar has a compassion. He's back there. Omar, say hi. He finished up and he finished strong. And Omar, he actually walked with me and a young lady who was apprehensive about coming to the school. And he took time out to walk with this young lady and the compassion that he showed this student. And I really appreciated that, Omar. But also, I said, Omar, that was awesome. How do you do that? He goes, I have girls. I do it because I learn from my girls. So, Omar, thank you for bringing that compassion to the school. I don't know. I haven't seen Tyler with Level Up. Where's Tyler? No. Okay. Tyler was a tech guy, and he brought a steadiness to the school. And he just was steady and a techie, very mindful, and on each and every item as far as tech. I can't talk to that. I just don't know enough about it. So thank you, JHL. Well done. And then, thank you. Okay, so in short, I guess, thank you for constructing a building with Matt's love, Brian's passion, Amy's brilliant organization skills, Greg's confidence, John's excitement, Omar's compassion, Tyler's steadiness, and Kurt's knowledge. That's what I see here, and I am so ecstatic for our teachers, and especially my boys, Gabriel, Jacob, Noah, Eden, Lila. This school's for you. And a lot of people got together to do this for you guys and the next generation. So thank you, everyone, and Job well done, construction. Okay. It is my honor to bring up Mark McWilliams, who is absolutely an amazing individual, a strong, steady man, and someone who I have worked with side by side and have been honored to learn from. Mark McWilliams.
I don't think there's anything left to say. Holy cow. How many pages was yours? I am truly, truly humbled at what we all of you here, all the workers, contractors, JHL, Kurt, at what all's happened here for the last year. I don't think anybody's mentioned, with all these long speeches already, I don't think anybody's brought up that this was stinking done during a pandemic. And it was also done during massive snowstorms. Do you guys remember those? How many times did you call me, Kurt, and say, man, I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, wow. I don't know. And Amy, how many times did you call me and say, yeah, the schedule's tight. I think right now we're 13 days late. And then you finished early. Now, we have spent a lot of time thanking everybody. I want to call out one more pair that you touched on a minute ago, Melanie. But Bill and Matt, would you guys stand up for a sec, please? Matt's already standing. Bill, take a stand. You guys wave it out. So, folks, I'm not sure if you guys all understand the vision that goes back on this. 10 years ago, these guys had a vision for a school up here on this point. 10 years ago. They knew that that's what this needed to be, and that this location, after having walked it, because they know this land, they know this area, they knew that this needed to be a place, a shining beacon, a light shining out all over Monument. And Lord, I think we're almost equal to Pikes Peak from here. That light was planned and thought of, and that vision was there 10 years ago. Gentlemen, thank you. Now, for the last year, I think, Amy's talked to me about schedule. So have you, Kurt. But it was Matt that we said, how many times? Every day almost? Every day. All right, we got another miracle. Another miracle just happened. You won't believe what we got done. God's on the move. God's doing this. God's got this. God's every day. Something else great happened to make this a success for us all to be here today to enjoy, and for our kids on Monday, with parents actually driving on asphalt all the way up here by Monday. Where's Pyramid? Where'd he go? There he is. All right. Big shout out to Pyramid. Honestly, a miracle that we actually will have asphalt, paving, all the way up. That intersection down there at Walker and Jane Lundeen, all the way through here on Pinehurst. Guys, that is unbelievable. Kurt, you don't believe it. You didn't believe it. He didn't believe it when I told him on Friday. There's asphalt going down right now. Folks, it's nothing but God's grace and providence and a lot of hard work and effort that's gone in here. A lot of folks praying. I can tell you, for the last year and a half of all this fun and struggles we've had for Monument Academy, I'm personally thanking you for your prayers, your encouragement, because there was a lot that we got to experience and grow and learn from. So, as we move in here, to thanking each and everybody, and we have gifts for each of you. I just want to say a couple of words here about that team effort. And we've thanked everyone. We've thanked Matt and Bill. But I think it's important to note, when I stepped on the board as president here, June of 19, and I'd like to, at this point, to really just take a minute and for you guys all to give a round of applause for my wife, Kristen. Because, folks, that's where most of those prayers needed to go. Because she had to put up with me through all this for the last year and a half of struggles and trials and coming back and talking about, but what about this and what about that? More asphalt, we like it. But you guys got to know that it was absolutely a challenge for me to step into a role that I thought I understood. I thought I understood why I loved Monument Academy. I knew I loved the teachers. I knew the teachers loved my kids. I knew my kids were learning under teachers that truly cared about them and were teaching them more than what they normally received and what they had received before and what I received. So we had a vision there, and I could understand it. But it wasn't until I started spending time with Julie Seymour, and Charlie, and then later Christiana, that it started to sink into me what this is really about. Now, I understood education. I've done a bunch of it, but I did not understand fully a classical education. And you guys all got a dose of it here a minute ago from her speech. You understand what this is about. And really, it wasn't until the two of them started talking to me separately that I said, oh, wait. Julie said that the other day. So this is a thing. This really is something special and different to have a true classical education where we're talking about character, we're talking about integrity, we're talking about the words I love most, finding the beauty in truth. Now, truth is something that seems to be hard to find lately, or at least being confused often. We've got a country right now that's in some turmoil, needs a lot of prayer, needs a lot of truth, and I'm thankful that we have a school we've built with an education system and a classical model that really helps my kids, your kids, and generations to come. Helps them to understand the beauty of truth, helps them to understand that truth and be able to take it and to talk about it and have rhetoric about that truth and be able to share that truth all throughout their lives, to be able to speak about it publicly, to be a leader in their community. That's what we're building here. The building just gives us a place to do it. It's our teachers that understand it and that pour it into our kids that, oh my gosh, that's what it's about. If we can take that desire and passion that these folks and we as parents reflect that again into our kids, to understand the beauty of truth and to seek after truth, and then to be passionate about that truth and fight for it if necessary. That's what we're about here. So, to wrap up, I'll say, it's with that passion for classical education, for character-driven education, that we're dedicating this building today. And our prayer right now is that our children will take hold of this God-inspired vision, that they will take hold of it and pass it on for generations to come. And that it will impact their hearts and minds so that they can impact the lives of others. Thank you, guys. Would you like me to start giving out gifts here?
Absolutely.
Let's start with JHL. Who wants to step up for that one? JHL Constructors. Oh, Amy's coming. All right, you guys got to know something. While she's walking up, I got a few seconds, don't I? That makes me happy. So, when we were interviewing all the different contractors, trying to decide who we were going to select, Amy was there, and we walked out of the room, and I turned to you, Kurt, and I said, whatever we got to do, we got to get her. So, Amy, Omar, Greg, John, come on, guys. Yeah, you can take your Macs off for the picture. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. CRP Architects. Do we have both Brians? Come on up, guys. Now, it's important also to recognize these guys because they made changes on the fly over and over and over as we kept coming up with new things. And they really did a fantastic job. Big shout out to them.
Hold on, one more. One more? One more. One more. You're up.
All right, Kurt, jump up here, please. Kurt was our owner's rep. And got it?
Let's do this with the building behind.
Oh, the building behind.
All right, hang on, guys. Hang on. It's a big deal for us.
One more.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Now we'd like to also thank those that have really supported us through all this. Senator Lundeen, come on up, please. Thank you, sir. Dr. Summers and Tiffany Upchurch, y'all please come up. Yes, Chris is here. All right, get up here, Chris. He's hiding back there. Ron back here? Where is he? Where is he? Look at there he is. Ron, come on up. We've got most of the D38 board here. Thank you all very much. Your support for us through this last year and a half has been fantastic. Don't we have that? All right. Very good. You get all the pictures?
Yes. Okay. Megan, come on. Your hand. I got that.
Got it?
Okay, hold on. We're coming.
All right, the rest of MA board. Susan, Ryan, where's Ryan? I'll point out real quick, Susan Bird, Chris Dole, Misty's up there already. Thank you all very much. Got a few more left to thank. Where's Vinny? Wave your hand, Vinny. You can stay back there if you want, but wave your hand. Oh, way back there in the back. Big shout out to Vinny. Folks, he was here every day in addition to his regular job, looking out for everything, looking at the security, looking at all the different aspects, and boy, your help was immense, as well as Mr. Herbert. Where is he? There he is. Drew Stevenson and Marty Benachikwe. Thank you guys. In fact, Amy's going to walk back there and hand those to you guys. All right. A few folks more. Where is Matt DeAngelis here? But his representative, I bet, is. Where'd she go? Matt is our bondholder. Eric Duncan, bondholder, and either one of those here. Okay. Last, I want to give a shout out to Liz Richard. Don't think she did she? Okay, big shout out to Liz. A lot of her vision went into this 4 years ago of laying out what MA is and is going to become. Oh, very good. Is Tim here? I saw him earlier. Tim Geithner, if you'll stand up. There you are. There you are. Thank you. Anyone else that you had on the list? Yep. If you would, take that to both the Dunston brothers, please. Matt and Bill. If you guys want to come up here and get a picture, come on. Duncan Bremer as well. Duncan and I had a lot of long conversations through all this. Let's bring the whole Dunston clan up here. I venture to say every waking moment for the last year, right, Matt?
Oh, yeah, we're going to do it here.
Yep, do it right there. You guys, go ahead. Get the kids in.
First graduating class right there.
Yes, we do have one of our first freshmen here with the Dunstons. I have the microphone, so I get to do it. Your 3 minutes are up. All right, no, all good. Julie, would you please come up? Julie Seymour is our principal for this new school, and she can shout out to her vice principals and everybody else.
I get the privilege of giving the closing remarks today, right before we start with our ribbon cutting. On behalf of the middle school and the high school staff, I'd like to extend our sincerest gratitude to everyone who had a part in building our new, beautiful campus. At this time, I would also like to specifically recognize Mr. Mark McWilliams. Mark served as Monument Academy Board President and has devoted time and energy and countless hours this past year to ensure that we have this moment right now out here in front of this beautiful building. And he made sure that we are able to open this building to our students on Monday. Thank you very much, Mark. On behalf of Monument Academy faculty and staff, we'd like to present that plaque to you. Thank you for your dedication to Monument Academy. Mrs. Elizabeth Richard was principal at Monument Academy for 9 years, and in fact, she was my principal as I served as teacher at Monument Academy for 8 years. And as mentioned, this was her vision that began 10 years ago, and she wanted to be here today and was unable to, and I'm going to read, I have the privilege of sharing some of her remarks. She writes, "Today is such a special day in the life of Monument Academy. It is so difficult to personally miss this event. The 9 years I spent giving to MA were the best years in education I have ever experienced. The dedication of the staff, students, and parents is remarkable. Now, a dream come true is about to unfold. The embarking on high school education and building our future leaders is truly a monumental calling. My sincerest hopes and prayers are extended to you as you continue to touch lives in such a transformative way." And Mrs. Jane Lundeen and Mrs. Liz Richard left indelible imprints on our beloved Monument Academy community. I am grateful for the impact that these leaders had on my very own life, and it is my privilege and honor to continue the legacy that they established. We look forward to serving students and their families for generations to come inside the walls of this building. And now, we're ready for the ribbon cutting.